Welcome guys, it's me Darkel in a new video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to watch videos like this, and obviously I will come back with soon a Pelle Neustein tribute, so don't miss it. But about the rest, just enjoy. Today I just decided to talk about the Lords of Chaos movie and the mistakes I found it inside this film, because there are so many, guys. We should start from the beginning when we see the three guys of Mayhem in Oystein's room. There is a big confusion inside the room where the guys want to cut Monheim, and then the rehearsal plays inside the Oystein's apartment. Well, this is not true at all, guys, because the first band's rehearsal places were at the school in Langus and in the Vevestad rehearsal place, obviously. Another mistake I found: the sister of Euronymous. Euronymous never had a sister, but he had a brother, which we don't know his name, is very unknown. And I think we should respect the privacy of the Oshers family related to it. Even here, in 1986, Mayhem were not so much famous. Like we see the graffitis around about Mayhem. Of course, they did on the Langus station. They did this because it's on the pictures, but they were not famous at the time. Monheim in an interview said that, and they said that many people hated them because they were doing basically garbage music. So even this is not correct. Another mistake I found was Necrobutcher, that the other guys that were inside the car, that they were looking at the package of Pelle. So this is not correct at all. It was only Necrobutcher actually to find the package of Pelle, and then the rest of the package where only the tape remained with the address on it. So that's why they contacted Pelle Olin through letters at the time, and even through the phone calls. Another mistake is why showing Pelle that came out with the train. He never came out with the train, but was by plane, because he landed at the Fornebu airport in December 87 on January 88. And they didn't speak very well, because the guys in Mayhem were speaking in a weird Norwegian accent that Pelle Olin, that was Swedish, didn't understand at all. So they needed to switch in English because of it. This is another mistake. Why showing Krokstad Villa? Because actually Pelle didn't sleep there. Like Necrobutcher said in the Death Archives, Pelle just slept once at Jorn's apartment, another time at the Oystein's apartment, and the rest of it. Even I think to Jan Axel, so to speak, and to the other friends of Mayhem. But the Krokstad Villa was at the half of 1990 already. Another mistake, or basically it's more a reflection than a mistake, the old guys doing headbanging outside the house that was in Krokstad. Another mistake they did. Doesn't find any proof, not even this. I think that they were anti-fan and anti-mosh. So we don't know if the parties were so joyful like they are showing, or drunk people enjoy themselves. I think that was even more realistic and dark. Actually, guys, Varg Vikernes appear here in the house. They are representing in 1990 right here. You know, guys, Euronymous met Varg for the first time in 91, not before. So even this, the fact that they met for the first time in the Krokstad Villa, it is not correct. Really, Euronymous shooting at the window of this apartment, of their own house. About this, I don't know if it was so extreme, but parties I really love that were so extreme with the guns and shotguns. But about this, I refuse to have an opinion because I don't know, like you guys, so we will never know. Really, Euronymous smoking the morning after the party? Really, guys, I don't think that Euronymous liked to smoke. I think that he was very against it, because if you remember well, Euronymous in his apartment took this sign off with no smoking. In his apartment was denied. He had all his friends that were smoking. So I really doubt that he was smoking himself. Really, Pelle gets naked in the woods? Please, Jonas Åkerlund, if you are online, explain to me this, because I don't get it, this scene. And honestly, I tell you even more, I find this scene very disrespectful towards Pelle and Pelle fans. Not because he was naked, but do you really think that Pelle was naked while he was putting his own clothes? Shy and reserved as he was? Please, tell me your opinion about this. Euronymous was not with a leather jacket on stage. This is another invention of the director. Obviously, he was only with his Venom t-shirt on and not with his leather jacket. This is a mistake the director did. I think that he confused the Live in Annaberg and Live in Zeitz with Live in Jesheim. I honestly don't think that Euronymous, while Pelle was cutting himself, was so shocked, like, oh my god, I think we exaggerated this time. But he was really into it to make Pelle doing it, because he was so convinced that this show needed to scare people to death, or at least people needed to believe to it. Like I was telling, Varg Vikernes was not present before 1991, especially March 91. Vikernes confirmed that in a video. So I don't understand why the director wanted to show Varg Vikernes at the after party of Mayhem inside the kebab shop. I think the after party of Mayhem was inside the apartment of Mayhem in Vevelstad. And according to this, the Mayhem Live in Jesheim booklet, first meeting between Varg and Euronymous was in March 91 and was not before. Varg using corpse paint in 1990 or 91, I think that he was against corpse paint. Doesn't find any proof to me. Honestly, I don't know if Euronymous had a Volvo as a car. In the Death Archives by Necrobutcher, Necrobutcher remembers that he had a sort of blue Datsun, so we don't know if it was a Volvo, his actual car. Another mistake I found is the phone line at home. I don't think that they had a sort of recording, calling, so something like that. I think that the Krogstad villa was very simple, with no electricity at home, and I honestly don't think that they had a phone line because they were so broke. So I don't think they had the money even to have a phone line. This needs to be confirmed officially, so we don't know. And then another mistake is excuse of the blood let the party begin as a suicide note. Well, actually the suicide note of Pelle Dead was even longer than so only excuse all the blood let the party begin. It was a long letter with his deep emotions that he was feeling in the moment, and it was very do what you want with the body. He said that in the suicide note. Another reflection about the Euronymous car, because Elhammer in an interview said that Euronymous hitchhiked the car, so it was not his actual car to reach the shop. Please feel free to tell in the comments what you think about it, if it's just a rumor or if it's the truth. About the fact that Euronymous and the rest of the band needed to move from that house, it is correct, but not due to the fact that he was not dealing very good with it. The owner of the house there in Krokstad needed the house back or something. By the way, if you're asking who is Ferris, it's this guy that I show you now. Varg in Helvet for the first time in 91 to meet for the first time Euronymous. Well, that's not correct. Varg met Euronymous in Helvet was the second time actually. The first time was in Krokstad in March 91. He was together with Harald. So even this is not correct. And then the Scorpions album, Euronymous never sold a Scorpions album, guys. He was selling only the true metal that he approved, except that, nothing else. And then I don't think that the other guys of the Black Circle were joking against Varg at the time. Varg was inside the Black Circle because he was approved, and his music was approved by the others. Euronymous having the suicide picture in his office, like it was a good view for the band. I think mostly that it was a private picture that he showed to the approved ones, and not a good show to everybody that was there. Even this doesn't find any proof. I don't think that Varg was a Satanist. I think he said mostly to provoke the Christians, but he was pagan and never been a Satanist. Even this is just rumor. Honestly, I don't get it why the director needed to show Euronymous in underwear after he slept in Helvet. Honestly, I don't understand this scene. I don't understand the taste of the director to insert this scene and just to go out from Helvet to speak with Varg in this way. I don't think it's correct. Euronymous screaming Satan in front of the old ladies. Please, Jonas Åkerlund, explain to me this scene, because I don't think that Euronymous did that, and especially not in Gria Gallen. What do you think, guys, about this? Was so necessary? Varg that talks about gas people to death because he is against Jews. Even this, I don't know if he really said that on the pub together with the others, but I think it was more an idea. But about this, I can't confirm. Even if he's against the Jews, that doesn't mean that he would have said that. Euronymous and Varg having an orgy? I don't think that is correct. And honestly, I don't think that Varg, as he said in certain videos when his YouTube channel was opened, he said, I never made an orgy in my entire life. So why representing him making orgies? And say something to women like get undressed or something related to this? I don't think that Varg never obligated a girl to do that. About this idea that Euronymous wanted that all the churches were down, I think that he didn't have this idea before 91. If it was his idea, he started to contemplate about this since 92, but I really doubt that he was the beginner of these church burnings. I think it was more due to Varg that was more against the Christians and against Christianity, and he really wanted to burn churches. I don't think that the rivalry against Varg and Euronymous was due to the fact that Varg was having more girls than him. That's stupid. I don't think that was due to that, but mostly to the money that Like Silence needed to give it back to Varg. So, except that, I don't think that Euronymous cared so much how many girls Varg fucked or something. And then another mistake, obviously, that Euronymous didn't burn a church. He, except obviously Holmenkollen, but I don't think that he even participated more than Holmenkollen. He was present to Holmenkollen, but we don't know what he was doing there. If he was as a supervisor or if he was there to start a fire. The Euronymous role in Holmenkollen is very complicated. There is an exchange of events. Here Jonas Åkerlund shows that Euronymous moved into Yangata before the media case, which is not correct. Euronymous moved after the media case in March, so to speak, I guess. Not sure about the exact amount he closed the shop, so I can't speak about it. It was after the media case, so it was after January 93 and after the Bergens Tidende interview of Varg Vikernes. He didn't move to Tuyangata before, but was after January 93. And then the name of Orset on the bell is not correct at all, because Euronymous' apartment location was private and was a secret place. Only few people needed to reach him, only few people needed to know where it was the house. The others needed to know only the shop, not the private apartment. And about this thing that Orset had the name wrote on the bell, it is not correct at all. Actually, the photographs that Euronymous made in Oss near the bunker of Second World War, it was made by Varg Vikernes and not by his girlfriend. So this is another incorrect thing. I don't know if Varg Vikernes wanted himself the Nidaros Cathedral on the cover of the Mysteries, but I think it was an idea of Snorre Ruck. Not sure about this, but I think that he drew that. So if they recorded the Mysteries Dom Satanas according to Varg Vikernes in September 92, and then they continued to do it in 93, I don't understand why they put Tuyangata moving before, like I was telling. The time is not correct. The real phone call that contributed to Euronymous' killing was made by Euronymous to Snorre apartment, and then obviously Varg Vikernes listened the entire conversation. But except this, I don't think that is correct. And then the fact that Euronymous wanted to kill Varg with a taser gun, honestly, I don't understand why kill a person with a taser gun. This still needs to be confirmed and clarified for the media and for the people, and especially for the fans. If I want to kill a person, I will use a weapon like a knife or at least a gun or even a shotgun, but not a taser gun that is basically used to stop a person. At the beginning, Euronymous, when he started to play metal, he didn't define as black metal. At the beginning was only the Venom song black metal, but it was defined as brutal metal or death metal or extreme death metal. It didn't have an idea like true Norwegian black metal. That became later on, not before. Then all these sex scenes inside the movie were so necessary? I don't think so. It was very unnecessary. Euronymous never cut his own hair before being killed by Varg Vikernes. He was basically having his own hair long, as he always had, and even Varg Vikernes confirmed this. He was with his underwear and with his long hair. So the fact that the Euronymous girlfriend cut his own hair is totally not correct and not true. I don't think that only Snorre Ruck drove Varg Vikernes to Euronymous' apartment, but they shared the driving. When Varg Vikernes arrived in his apartment, Euronymous was sleeping, and definitely he was not writing a letter with his typewriter. but he was sleeping, and when he answered to the bell, he was very confused that he didn't reason a lot about it, so he opened the Valvikernes without even reasoning about it. It was something that he did spontaneously and automatically. And then Euronymous asked to come back tomorrow, but he said no. In here instead we see a dialogue that doesn't correspond to the truth. When Euronymous saw Valvikernes was only with his underwear, it was not with jogging pants and a sort of white shirt. This is totally incorrect and totally untrue. Varg drinking milk? I don't think that I can't comment this. Many of you think that Snorre remained on the car, but actually it was not true. Snorre wronged the floor, and then he saw he was the only witness of what Varg was doing to Euronymous. So when he found the right floor, Euronymous left the house full of blood, and obviously Snorre was shocked about the rest. The fact that he remained in the car is not true at all. Varg, that at the end of the movie stabs him 36 times, was not correct. There was a fight between Varg and Euronymous while Euronymous was going down the stairs. There was Euronymous took a sort of with the shoulder, let a sort of light fall down. So the final shot of Vikernes, the final stab, was on the forehead, but was when they were up and not when Euronymous was down, lying on the floor. And these were all the mistakes, guys, that I found out. Please tell me if you found more than me. Even subscribe to the channel. See you soon, guys.